The dev was updated again, guys, so let's take a look on some of the major changes that we got, and of course after that some of the new stuff that might actually happen a little bit later, okay? So first things first, of course, we start with the Su-34. There were basically two things over here. The first thing is that the radar of the Su-34 feels faster. I don't know why, it just feels a little bit different than it was. I don't know if it's more divided now, but it just feels really fast, as you can see, right? So it's just a very interesting way. Some people are saying that it's not what PESA really is. I kind of tend to agree, but I'm not gonna get too much into it before we see these radar on the actual game. But yeah, the Su-34, while we are talking about it, got a change, guys. See? No more GROM-1. This was my payload for the GROM-1. It has been removed. Now we only have the GROM-2. It's the glide version out of it, right? It doesn't have any propellant. And yeah, guys, the GROM-1, the vertical launcher, super missile that has 100 kilometers of range, GPS guided, is now removed from the game. And we should not see it upcoming in the patch. I might do a whole video about it, but here it is, guys, the AV-8S Matador with its Royal Thai Navy skin, right? Very cool aircraft, but I gotta be honest, this is the early model. It's even saying here Matador early, which means that it is pretty much just a normal Harrier with flares and chaff and stuff. So the missiles are the AIM-9Gs, okay, nothing crazy, but you should expect it to fly in a very similar way to the AV-8A, okay? It has some bombs, of course, high drag, low drag, napalm, rockets, countermeasures on the middle there. So this pod, if I'm not mistaken, there's no such thing as a countermeasure for the other AV-8, so this is going to be the main difference. And of course, it is a pack vehicle, 9.7, has the 18 cannons, and let's just test fly it a little bit, but you can already guess what the aircraft can do, right? It is an AV-8S, of course. So here it is, we don't have a cockpit yet, and remember, guys, this aircraft was actually produced for the Spanish Navy and later sold for the Thai, right? It's coming as a Japanese vehicle, which is pretty good. It has an interesting RWR, as you see. It does have the flares, but I didn't carry any right now, but it does have the flares, which is pretty good. You have the ADANS with its new very weird sound, and then of course we have the AIM-9s over here, which are of course AIM-9Gs, not the greatest thing ever, but it's not bad as well. Let me just use, there we go. So yeah, nothing too crazy on this aircraft. I gotta be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a whole video just for this aircraft, because it really is just an AV-8A, right? If you don't know what a Harrier is, then I mean, of course, it's going to be a little bit more interesting, right? It's a different aircraft and stuff, especially for the Japanese Air Force Tech 3. But if you already flew a Harrier, it feels like the same with a different, very interesting RWR, that it's very precise. And of course, the different, you know, loadouts, of course, the countermeasures and stuff. So everything else is pretty much the same. A very cool skin, and of course, the pack stuff that I don't think it was announced yet. Then we go for the British, guys. The advanced Paveways got their model over here added to the game. So finally, it's the grayish kind of GBU-12, and this is the GPS and laser guided weapon. It is still classified as laser and IOG, or inertial navigation, right? But in real life, it is using GPS guidance. So very cool, as you see the model, and it's finally here. Another small thing, two things about the Mi-8, guys. We have a new missile here, the VERBA, the 9M336 VERBA, which is a new missile. It is basically the evolution of the Igla. I'm gonna test it because it feels like exactly as an Igla. So it's just a manpad, nothing crazy, 10.2 Gs, 1.7 max speed. I don't know if it's going to remain it like this, but notice something, IRCCM. I don't think the normal Iglas have that. Let me just check with you guys over here with a normal helicopter. Where's my Iglas? Oh no, never mind. The IRCCM is there. Same G, same speed. So it might be just a placeholder, but yeah, we now have the VERBA, which is the evolution of basically of the Igla, right? So very cool. And in the dev blog that was released by the guy, like by Gaijin today, the Mi-8, this version, the AMTSHVN, is gonna have an AESA radar. Yes, guys, you heard that correct. An AESA radar, an active electronically scanned array radar, and it will be probably one of the first vehicles to have one like that. So I am very curious to how it is going to work, but right now it's not modeled, okay? So there's no way of us to actually using such a thing, but yeah, hopefully until the end of the week, before the dev closes, we can actually properly take a look on this amazing technology on this aircraft. We were talking about the Japanese, and now we have the ICV, but with the proper model implemented in the game. I don't think anything else changed, as you see, but the model itself is done, and it looks like the normal ICV RCV, right? Let's just test drive it a little bit, but it is pretty much the same tank that we already talked about, but yesterday it wasn't really ready for the game, right? So yeah, see, yeah, the wheels are not turning yet still, but yeah, and the laser warning system is blinking there or something. But yeah, guys, the model is getting ready. It's getting a little bit you know, it doesn't have the commander sight, so that's interesting. So they're changing the model and everything, and they're working on it to make sure that it's ready for the game itself. So interesting vehicle, but of course nothing too crazy because we already had technically a version of this vehicle in the game. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the F15E, right? Now it receives, and the I as well, the Israeli ones, both receive the AIM-120B. Does it make a difference? No, because in the game it is the same missile, file-wise, you know, coding-wise. The interesting part is that the AIM-120A is still here when it's being carried on the wings. So definitely work in progress. So as you see here, we are taking... This is the weirdest thing ever. Wait, you can take 6 AIM-120Bs. I mean, look, let me check this. Yeah, AIM-120B, and then here's the AIM-120A. So, very funny, but still, it is the same missile coded in the game, okay? Even the stat card is pretty much the same, so just know that the AIM-120Bs are here. And then we go for the cockpit of the F15E, and they are working on it. I don't think it's really ready, but it's almost, right? You can see that the textures are being added to the MFDs, and now the proper MFDs are indeed working. So you can see there AIM-9M and stuff. I'm only using the AIM-9, so it's only appearing as AIM-9 there, but if you take more stuff, you will appear as more stuff, just like the F15C, right? So you have navigation information there, a repetition of the HUD there. Let me change it up for you to, yeah, you can do the RWR, you can do the radar screen. Now it's properly implemented, as you see, very cool, just like the normal F15. Yeah, you have that, the mode here, you can do the RWR, the radar as well, but then you have the pylons and stuff. And down there, they also added navigation and the pylons, as you see, the TV camera for the weapon systems if you're using, and then the radar, a lot of things, right? So very, very cool. And look at that. Is it ready? No, it's not ready. I don't think it is. It's not supposed to be like that, I don't think, this HUD. But at least they zoomed in a little bit. I guess it's something. But I do believe that they are still working on this HUD. I still believe that it feels the exact same as the F15C, but just zoomed in, which I doubt that it is the case for the F15E. But for now, it is what it is, right? So yeah, the cockpit is almost ready. Almost ready. And then the last thing, which is kind of a rumor right now, guys, but Zmin said that Gaijin is considering adding an AESA system, this AA system that it's being added for the Italians, the Russians, and the Soviet and the Germans, to the Indian sub-tree, technically, for the British. So the British might actually use an AESA AKM, right? Or a version of the AESA, anyway. We don't know exactly if that is going to be the case for this update or not. But you should expect a new AA system for the British, which is pretty good. I think it's one of the nations that are in the most need for a new AA system, you know. So it would be 10.3 though. I mean, it would be a very, very good substitute to the Stormer, right? I do believe the Stormer is not the like worst thing ever, but a Strela will probably be better than a Stormer. So very, very cool. Hopefully that is the case, guys. And basically that's it. These are the main things. There are other things, hydropneumatic like suspensions added to some vehicles, etc. Like there are little things here and there that I will miss, but the majority of this stuff we talked about it. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry for taking too long to do this video. Basically I had to take my father-in-law to do an exam and stuff in the eye. He's gonna have eye surgery, so yeah, that was obviously more important than being quick on the trigger of doing videos. So I did that, and now I'm home, so I can actually properly do the videos. Okay, so keep an eye out, make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and yeah, I will be posting more videos today. Okay guys, see ya into the next one, and bye.